Hello students, welcome to the new class. Today I am going to talk about Latin influence. Of course, we have already talked about foreign influences in general and Celtic influence on English language in particular. Today, obviously, I am going to talk about Latin influence on English language. So this lecture is particularly for all the students appearing in the university exams, upcoming university exams. So I hope this will also serve the purpose, and only short notes are asked from this topic, so we will keep the lecture very brief and precise. So let's get started. When we talk about Latin influence on English language, we must keep in our mind certain factors, that it is the earliest one to influence English language. Then this influence has been probably the most extensive and most extensive in the way that it did not only lend words to English but also provided certain tools to word formation, and it also influenced the syntactic feature of English. As a whole, finally, we can say that it also lent its script, and we still use Roman script to write English language. Earlier, the script was runic, but when these people came in contact with Roman people, they got their script. So all these things should be in your mind while talking about Latin influence. Now, to be precise, we have to talk about the nature of words, the character of words that came into English in the course of its development, and how these words contributed to the development of English language. So we have already seen in our previous lectures, when I was talking about all these foreign influences in general, that Latin made its way into English language at different points of time. Whenever English people felt the requirement of new words to express new complex ideas, they found Latin available and they used it readily, and in the course of time Latin words became completely anglicized, they got completely assimilated into English language, and today they are used as a part of English language. So these people were in touch with each other, though the contact was of a very limited kind, even before they came to Celtic land. Means while they were on their continental home, their original home. So during that period, they came in contact with Roman people by their recruitment in army and by the trade opportunities provided by the Roman Empire. It was a known fact that Roman Empire was a superior civilization. The people of Roman Empire were a superior civilization, so these people had no hesitation in learning from them. The case was quite different with Celtic. We have already seen that they considered Celtic people an inferior tribe, and say so they did not show any inclination to learn from them. So the nature of Celtic influence was very limited, and that of Latin is quite extensive. So the words coming into English during this period of contact was related to particularly these two fields. So we have examples like camp, which means battle, during Old English period. Then we have words like wall and javelin. So the word for wall was this whale during Old English period, and for javelin it was field. So these words related to army and battle were taken into English from Latin during the period of earliest contact between the two people. Then we have words related to trade. We have verbs like mangyan. This inflection shows that the word is verb. It means to trade, to trade, mangyan. To trade means it was verb at the time, used as verb. In the course of time, so many verbs began to be used as nouns, and I mean that in the course of time, the way the words were used might have changed. Then we have keep, the spelling is this, and it means bargain. So we have these words related to trade. I am giving you certain examples to help you illustrate your answers in the examination. If we keep giving the list of words, the lecture will be very hectic. So I'm being very careful to keep the lecture very precise, to keep the video very short. So that will not be tedious for you. Again, after these, the related words were wine, means wine, wine. Then we have cup. The modern spelling is cup. So these words show that these objects were very important in trade. Wine was very important article of trade during this period of contact. Apart from these words, we also have words like fertile and copper. And we also have words for chalk. So these words were taken into English, and it shows that the English people, means Germanic people, were fascinated by the superiority of architectural achievements of the Roman people, and that is why they easily borrowed these words from those people. So it establishes the fact that Romans were accepted as a superior being. Then we have another period of contact. When these people came to Celtic land, they first must have contacted some Latin word through Celtic people. But we have already seen that the Celtic people were considered an inferior and submerged tribe. So these English people were not willing to learn anything from them. So only a few of place names that were in Latin originally could have been reinforced, and they would have been continued to be used by these people. So the through Celtic people, the possibility of Latin making its way into English language is very bleak, and very few words would have made its way into English. Why I'm talking about influence through Celtic? Because before the advent of Germanic people to Celtic land, Celtic people were already under the sway of Roman Empire, and during that contact, they must have borrowed some Latin words into Celtic language. And those Celtic words, those Latin words already used into Celtic language might have made their way into English. But that possibility is very bleak because they did not show, means English people did not show any inclination to receive words from them. So that is a different case, and we should proceed to another point of contact. Then during 597 AD, with the introduction of Christianity, with the introduction of Christianity, these two people again got an opportunity for cultural and linguistic intermingling, and during this period we have certain words such as pope, priest, altar coming into English. So obviously these Roman people came to England to convert the people of England into Christianity, and in the course the words related to religion came into English. Latin words related to religion came into English. In the course of time, churches were established and those churches became the center of education. So we have certain words such as master, history, wars, and meter. These words related to education also found their way into English language during this period of contact. Apart from that, we have certain words to show that their interaction was becoming closer with every passing day. The words such as silk. This is a type of cloth, and if this word from Latin found its way into English language, it shows that they were talking with each other even about their everyday life. So the interaction was becoming very close during this period, and the nature of words show that. Then we have a brief interruption in this process of mutual uh, exchange, mutual intermingling of two languages due to particularly Scandinavian invasion, and also due to certain laxity creeping into the churches that affected the educational activities going on there. But after a brief interregnum, again everything became normal. The activities of churches were regulated for the positive result, and educational activities were also revived. So the process of mutual uh, intermingling of two languages began. But during this period, the words coming into English were of a quite different nature. These words were not of everyday use, they were of quite learned kind. So we can have certain examples such as apostle, sabbath, synagogue. Then we have certain other words such as disciple. Then we also have certain names of floras and fauna such as cucumber, ginger, and petersilly, which is today known as parsley. Then we also have scorpion, we have camel, we have tiger during this period. These words made their way into English very comfortably. Then we have another period of interruption, and we already know that the year 1066 is very important in the history of English language. It is a watershed because the incident Norman conquest took place during this period, and it at once changed the status of English. French was made official language. English was still the favorite language of masses, but it was used as spoken language. The result was that English got divided into different dialects and French got the status of written language, official language. However, Latin was still favorite with the elite class because it was the language of Roman Empire, which was supposed to be the empire of more civilized people. The people speaking Latin were supposed to be of a superior kind. So this was still in use in England. But the English language, after 1 century or two, got an opportunity to re-emerge owing to certain historical developments, certain socio-political developments during that period. But the problem was that it was so overwhelmed by French that Latin could not find its way into English directly. So that was the case during Middle English period, you can say. But when the fashion of writing in English began, the writer of the period again started using Latin language. But of course, these words, these borrowings from Latin were of a more literary kind. And the examples may be taken from allegory, adjacent, conspiracy. So these are the few examples object to show that these words came into English and these words were mostly literary words. So the process, however, continued because at the close of Middle English period, we see Renaissance bringing about a new predilection for the classical learning. And in this process, many words of Latin and Greek made their way into English, and the process continued ever after. Even of late, during 18th and 19th century, we have different words from English, different words from Latin coming into English. And we have enough examples to corroborate these facts. We have words like anachronism, atmosphere, parasite, we have crisis and critic. These words came into English from Latin language in the post-Renaissance period. And then we have these words inertia, extra, and bonus. These are the few examples from the words from Latin that came into English during 18th and 19th century. So these are the few examples to show how extensive the influence of Latin has been on English language. Then we know that not only in the context of the lending of words, but also in providing certain tools to English, Latin contributed a lot. We have different adjectival endings such as it, from, atom. We have ik, from, cus, and we have Alice. We have all from Alice. For example, if you say consummate, so this is last ate is of Latin origin. Similarly, if we have prolific with ending ic, we have this ending from Latin. Similarly, if we have the mental with al ending, we have this from Latin origin. Apart from that, we have certain relatives, WH relatives being so frequently used in English. This was even at the cost of original English relative pronoun that. Only because the English authors during 18th century showed a predilection for these WH relatives only because of their similarity with the Latin way of using relative. So we have these tools of stylistics and syntax also being affected by Latin language. So this is all about the extensive nature of Latin influence on English language, and I hope this much will suffice for your answer writing in the exam. So enjoy watching. We'll be here again with the next topic. Thank you.